Someone who constantly pushes through pain, who tells yourself you just need to try harder, who criticizes yourself when your body doesn't keep up, this video is for you. Because that self-pressure, it's feeding you pain. Self-pressure isn't strength. It's a form of danger to your nervous system. And today I'm going to explain why your body is literally responding to your inner critic with pain. So let me paint a picture that might feel familiar to you. You wake up in pain, again. And your first thought is, not this. I don't have time for this. I need to push through. You make breakfast for your kids while your back is screaming. You tell yourself, stop being weak. Other people do this. Why can't you? You ignore the exhaustion. You override the signals your body is sending. You demand more from yourself than you have to give. And then surprise, your pain gets worse. And you think, see, I'm broken. I can't even do basic things anymore. But here's what's actually happening. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between external threats and internal ones. When you're constantly criticizing yourself, when you're demanding perfection, when you're pushing through the pain and exhaustion, your brain reads that as threat. It's the same physiological response as if someone were yelling at you, or chasing you, or putting you in danger. Your body doesn't go into protection mode, and your body goes into protection mode. And what does it do in protection mode? It sends pain. I've lived through this for years. I was my own hardest critic. Nothing I did was ever enough. I thought that if I just pushed harder, tried more things, demanded more from my body, it finally healed. But opposite happened. The more I pushed, the worse my pain got. It wasn't until I started practicing self-compassion, actually speaking to myself with kindness, that things began to shift. And I know what you might be thinking, but if I'm kind to myself, won't I just give it up? Won't I become lazy? No, that's not how it works. Self-compassion isn't about lowering your standards or giving up. It's about supporting yourself the way you'd support a friend who's struggling. It's saying, this is hard, you're doing your best, let's figure it out what you need right now. When you approach yourself with kindness instead of criticism, your nervous system can finally relax. And when your nervous system relaxes, pain softens. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to push through. You need to show up for yourself and with compassion. Just, sending yourself those reminders that you're not broken, you're healing, you deserve kindness, especially from yourself.